We're going to be looking at the Phantasmal Flames set today and my potential buy list. My name is Rahul Reddy. I'm a competitive Pokemon TCG player, and I'm going to be telling you guys what cards you will need from this set to be competitively viable today. Now, this may change in the future with rotation and future sets, but this is the cards that I'm going to purchase. And usually I do a really cool PowerPoint where I put together the must buys, the kind of a trap, and like kind of spicy pickups that might be pretty good. But today I'm not going to be doing that because, as you guys may know already, this is our smallest set to date. Or not to date, but it's been a long time since we've had a set this small. It only has like 90 something cards in it before secret rares, which is really, really small. Like we haven't had a set this small in quite a long time. And you can see some of the cards have been cut. The SIRs and stuff are being put into other promos. And you can see that the Mega Gengar and DNC decks will be legal as of the release of Phantasmal Flame. So those cards are also going to be legal. Set is coming out on November 14th as our second Mega Evolution set, which will be legal on November 28th for competitive Pokemon TCG play, unless there's some product delays, whatever, as we go. The full set has been legal for a while. There's going to be some stuff. It's going to be 94 cards. So it has been since 2010 that the set has been as small as it is. If you guys want to pick up cards, I'm going to go through them now and tell you guys what I think is pretty good. My link in the description below for TCG Player, if you guys choose to buy there. It does help out the channel a ton if you choose to use it. Just bookmark that link. Click on it before you buy your cards. Very simple, not too complicated. Helps a ton. There's an Amazon one in there too. If you guys buy stuff off Amazon for the holidays. So just click on that link or bookmark it, whatever you want to do. And we're going to go through it now. We're going to go card by card. Just because I think the set is small enough that I can kind of be like, I don't really think this is worth buying or whatever. Shout out to Pokemon Proxies for the proxies and the translations. Yeah, we'll just look at the Vileplume line to kick us off. Like, I really don't think there's like anything special with the Vileplume line. I feel like it's just one of those where usually Vileplume lines have like oppressive ability and oppressive attack, but this one's just like a very happy-go-lucky one with like nothing crazy associated with it. The attack is like very niche and conditional to use with Lively Flower. It's just not something we can actually pull off. Now, Mega Heracross is one of the first megas we see in this set here. 280 HP grass type Pokemon with Panzerhorn 100 plus the amount of damage that was done to this Pokemon, and Mountain Thrust for 170 and discard the top two cards of your opponent's deck. Now, Panzerhorn is very difficult to use because if our opponent does smack into this Pokemon, there's a good chance it's going to be one shot by a lot of things in the format. And if things are going for the two shot, then there's a good chance that we can actually respond to this in a reasonable manner. If we have like Venusaur plus like Wallies to heal, or we have Meganium where we can just power up this Panzerhorn attack in one turn and use this as a wall. Now, the Ice Cream Cone card can also heal up our Pokemon here. And the Mountain Thrust is like a pretty decent attack. So I think this Mega Heracross is actually kind of playable. It's not super good, but I think Grass is like it's like so close to being so good. Like you have so many pieces for Grass that I feel like it's almost there. It's like almost there to being really broken. Now we see the Ludicolo line here, 70 HP low tat, so it can be POF and searchable. The Ludicolo does say 160 HP, and if you have Grass Mega type Pokemon, you may heal 60 from one of your Pokemon each turn. So this card actually like pairs really well with the Mega Heracross actually, and maybe some other cards like Venusaur. Maybe you can play like a thicker Venusaur line. Play this. Don't even need to play the Wallies. So Ludicolo is like one of the cards I would have put in the spicy buy category, just because I think this is like, again, works really well with the Forest. You have bug catching set. You can get your guys up and running, and then once you have this plus Panzerhorn up and going, you can make your board a little bit cleaner each time. And the healing 60 can be very powerful, depending on if you just play big bulky grass type Pokemon and just get in there. Genesect here. Choose one of your opponent's Pokemon, does 20 for each grass. Just very difficult to use, and like it's a way too much of a commitment, I think. I guess you can close out the game with a Bug Cannon if you want to, but I just wouldn't play it with 2 retreat cost as its effect. This low kick seems pretty terrible. I mean, the 150 Shuffle It In does have the new triple energy. It's not new, I guess, but I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head. But it's the one that you can attach to evolutions only, I think. So you can use this and Shuffle It In continuously. But the problem is that Nimble has 50 HP, and like, what are we doing once this low kicks is shuffled in? Like, how are we continuously finding our pieces besides bug catching set and Hilda's potentially? Like, what is our engine? So I guess like maybe if you pair those with a decent engine, this low kicks could be good, but that's about it. This Charmander is an incredible upgrade to the Charizard deck. Now you don't have to play like, yeah, it's not POF and searchable, but it has 80 HP, which makes it a little bit more resilient. It has no retreat cost as well, so it's just a free retreater into like your pieces like Cleffa into a target you want to evo. Now you're not stuck with the Charmander in the active. So this card is an incredible upgrade. Same with the Charmeleon. 110 HP is just a strict upgrade to the 100 HP we've been playing for quite a while now. So 10 extra HP makes it a little bit bulkier, a little bit more resilient to things like Dusknoir, Dragapult, a little bit more resilient to things that are trying to board wipe you. Just overall, just a much bigger upgrade. I think Mega Charizard is also an incredible upgrade to the Charizard deck. This is a card I'm going to for sure pick up. Like, I'm going to get at least 2 of these because I think this card is a great endgame attacker where you can just go into Mega Charizard XEX and just clean up. Mega Charizard XEX is such a mouthful. I'm just gonna say Charizard X. You can go Mega X. Mega X is probably better. You can go to Mega X, or Char X. I don't know what abbreviation would you guys use. I guess Mega X. I'm gonna say Mega X. You can go to Mega X here and just like explode your opponent in one turn. Like, you no longer are limited by the capabilities of like what Charizard can cap at the very end of the game, so you can get multiple energies on the board. Maybe you have a hanging energy somewhere as well. Now you can just cap out at like a full like 450. Let's say Charizard decks play 6 fire energies for example's sake. Now you can cap out at that full 540 damage if you need it. It's a little bit overkill, but you can get to any number you want now with the Inferno X because you almost certainly already have a Charizard on board. If you have the Charmeleon, you can just go into the other Charizard, power it up, get the ball rolling, and you can just do a ton of damage. I really like this card. I think there's a lot of potential, and Water type is like very difficult to use in this current metagame, so you can just explode your opponents and just be in a really good spot. This Moltres is also really good. Does 20 plus 90 if your opponent's active Pokemon is an EX, which means that you do 110 right now. Goldango, that means 2 energies, or 1 energy into Goldango is 220. With a card like Defiance Band, you're hitting now for 280 on weakness. And there's the same thing, like even without the weakness aspect, or sorry, not weakness, even with the Defiance Band, you are now doing things like this to Teal Mask Ogerpon, to Iron Leaves. Like, this card is a strict upgrade to the Chiyu that I think people are playing right now. So there's another must buy from me. Now, this Darmanitan is terrible. 40 plus 40 for each energy. Sorry, Darmanitan, apologies. You are bad. Reshiram also pretty bad. I think this card is very difficult to use. 4 energies, 240 is just something we're not powering up reliably, so it's not being picked up by me. I do think this Oricorio is pretty good. I think that you need to have Mega in play to accelerate, unfortunately, so it's not really like super playable right now. I think we have to wait for this Oricorio. Like, I don't want to spoil anything from ZA because I don't know if you guys have played the game or not yet, but I'm pretty confident there'll be a couple of cool fire type Mega Pokemon that are going to come into the game eventually down the line with the cards. And so when that comes out, I think the Excited Turbo ability will be a lot better. Right now, all we have is the Charizard, and it's just not very good. Like, if I'm already going into Charizard, I don't think I have the space to play this and have the energies in my hand, unless I play a card that gets the energies back, which I think there's a supporter for in this set, and I just don't think we're going to be able to do that reliably. So right now it's not good, but I firmly believe this card will be good down the line. So I'm going to pick them up while they're cheap, because I guarantee they're going to be less than like $1. And if they're less than $1, I'm picking them up, and you guys should be doing it too. I do think this Ceruledge is actually pretty good. You can discard 4 fire energies from your hand and just go aggro with it. And if you play a Ceruledge deck that is not rock focused and maybe just like straight focused, you could actually like do some crazy damage with this, like for 220. Maybe it's just too difficult to use. Maybe we're just like not doing this. Or like we just can play regular Ceruledge and just be fine. But it's kind of cool like that you can pull this off. This Dugong is not very good. The thick fat ability is like neat, but you have 130 HP, so like a sneeze will knock it out. So we're not picking this up. We're not picking up this Piloswine, Mimaswine line either. The Suicune either. All the water types are kind of mid here, so we're not picking up these. But I'll get to the Empoleon in a sec. Maybe it's good, and maybe it's worth picking up. So hold your horses on the Piplups, and hold your horses on the Prinplup. Because the Piplup attack is actually pretty decent. Call for support, which is kind of nice as a basic. The Rotom card is something I'm not going to be picking up. I just don't think it's worth it. I think it's like a really cool deck, and a very like fun, like a league challenge deck, but I don't think it's any better than playing it on ladder. I would never play this to an actual tournament, so it's not one of the decks that I'll ever consider. Yamper, the Boltund, and the Palmont line are also just like fluff in this set. They just seem completely unplayable. Now, Miss Magus is a card I'm definitely going to be picking up. I think this card is kind of neat. It just confuses them if they switch into Pokemon, which is like kind of sick. Like, hey man, like you're retreating into your Charizard. That's awesome. You're confused. Have fun. But obviously, the way to circumvent this is to like retreat and then evolve, stuff like that. But I think the 6 magic attack is also really cool to do 150, draw a bunch of cards. I don't know if it's better than the original Gardevoir list or current Gardevoir lists, but I think it's like just cool enough to the point that I will be picking up this card in case it becomes good. This Whimsicott is not very good. Neither is the Zacian or the Bramble. The Bramblegat is actually kind of neat because it can synergize with the Mismagius really well because you can confuse them, and also like because it's only 2 energies, you can actually play like a Brambleghast Mismagius deck with the Stadium as well as like Crushing Hammers or like more control cards, and maybe that's a deck that can stand on its own. So it's something that if you want to pick up this, you can pick up this together as a package, the Mismagius and the Brambleghast. But I would wait till they're super cheap and pick them up just for a couple pennies if you can. These are all pretty bad. The Flygon is pretty unplayable as well. Discarding the top 2 cards of your opponent's deck is cool, but it is on evolution or knocked out. So it's like very niche scenario, and you're like effectively committing to this entire line. I guess I have to look and see if there's other like mill cards that exist in the format. If like maybe like all the mill cards combined could maybe put together something. But as of right now, it's like something I'd pick up. Sharpedo is actually a card I think is going to be really, really good. I'm down to pick this card up just because I think that Hungry Jaw is an incredibly good attack. 120 plus 150 puts you at 270, which is a really good number for a lot of Pokemon. With any modifier like Vitality Band puts you at 280, which is really good as well. And 330 is like a very, very tanky Pokemon. And there's not a lot of grass types that are really that prevalent right now. And you have no retreat, which is even better. Like, it's so cool. This Viper's not getting picked up, and now there's this Crocodile. These guys are just binder fodder. But the card that I wanted to talk about that I think is really cool is this Toxtricity. With the bad upper ability, you can search deck for a basic energy attached to one of your bench dark type Pokemon and put 2 damage counters on that Pokemon. Now, with the free retreat of Sharpedo, you also have the Toxtricity to power it up basically in one turn, and you get the damage counters to proc the Hungry Jaw ability. And then if you play Monkey Dories plus the stadium, like the Ruined Stadium, you can also move damage counters. So this 270 can become 330 pretty easily, can become an even higher number pretty easily, and having the Toxtricity to basically ramp your damage up is really cool. And you can even play cards like the Grimsley's deal to look for like a Gengar and put it into play, and make your Sharpedo's one less prize card, or make your Toxtricity's one less prize card, which I think is really cool as well. Like I think this combination of cards is really really interesting, and I think it's going to be a must buy from me if you guys are picking them up as well. Empoleon as well, I think is one of those cards that I just don't think this is very very good. Like Iron Phaser is cool because you can like play this with the Metal Defender and just make your guy really tanky. And Fire types aren't super popular right now, but like I don't know, man. It's like 210 is just so little damage. Like, what are we doing? Like, we're really not doing anything special. So it's a spicy pickup if you want it, but it's not a pickup from me. Bronzong has Tool Drop, which is interesting, but it's not something I'd play. This Arcalodon's not very good either. Now there's a Duraludon. The Wigglytuff has round, so we're bringing back the round mechanic, which we see once every few sets every time with like these little round fluffy guys who are always just here. Just not something we're going to be doing, I think. Smearl's also pretty bad. The Linoon is actually pretty neat because this can basically set up our Lopunny. If this Pokemon's on your bench and you have Mega, you can switch this Pokemon to the active. And this is all like, this is all Phanrotom searchable, which is actually the coolest part about this engine. So I think the Linoon line is like definitely a pickup for me. I think this is like a very much a pickup like a 2-2 or 3-3 line, because this Excite Dash could be really strong to just reset your board in a lot of different capacities, especially when you're playing Mega Lopunny, which I think is also a pickup. I think this is not really that strong as its own deck, by the way. I think it's very, very strong as a tech card in Goldengo specifically. Now you have this Gale Thrust, it's basically one-shot Cornerstone Ogerpon, which is going to be a prevalent card in the format more than likely to deal with Goldengo, which is going to be even more powerful moving forward. And you have this grass type, or not grass, colorless Pokemon that does 230 for no like really any extra things. And then you have Spike Hopper to basically go through Shred. So you basically have like a very reliable attacker. And even if you don't play the Linoon version with the Lopunny, I think at least picking up a 1-1 or a 2-1 Lopunny is instrumental to your success if you're a Goldengo player or moving forward. So that's what I'll be picking up as well. This card, broken. I'm picking up 4 of these immediately. Jumbo Ice Cream Cone, heal 80 with 3 more energy. Absolutely broken. Absolutely broken. Like Kangaskhan, Bouffalant, Jumbo Ice Cream Cone is going to be one of the easiest decks to play in this upcoming format. It's going to be one of the most simple decks to play. Slap a bunch of energies onto your Kang, get a bunch of Bouffalants into play, get a charm on that guy, get some Ice Cream Cones going, and we're just swinging to the fences. Like this card is really good. I love this card. Heat Burner also really cool. I'm picking up this one as well because I think discarding a basic fire. I don't know what deck's going to be able to utilize this super well just yet besides Dragapult, but you can basically just discard a tool special on your stadium, so you have a lot of room to innovate in certain situations and make the game swing back in your favor depending on what you need to get rid of at the time. I don't think Sacred Charm is very good. It's just one of those where it's just not good. Grimsley's move is pretty cool. I'm going to pick up a couple of these because I think this card can be really good at cheating out the Mega Gengar line, which is going to be the hardest part of like a Sharpedo deck or something because everything else is stage 1. So if you get a Gengar up, you have a lot more agency on the board, and I think that's really scary. Or you can just build a whole deck around Grimsley, play like Grimmsnarl with a Grimsley, and you can basically cheat out like a Gengar, and then your Grimmsnarls get a lot tankier and bigger, and they're 1-prizers now, so it's like really, really annoying to deal with them as well. So I think there's a lot of merit to this card. This is the single best card in this set. It's Dawn. This is the single best card in this set. It's Dawn. Search your deck for a basic stage 1 and stage 2 evolution. Put them into your hand. Reveal them. Put them into your hand. This card will be feeding families for the next entire rotation. This is going to be the best search card we have once we lose the search cards we currently have. This is significantly better than a lot of the cards we have right now. Like people are playing Jacques, Hilda, Brock already in decks. This is just a significantly better replacement for a lot of these pieces. I think Brock will still see some play, but Dawn is going to be absolutely phenomenal at picking up the pieces we need. Makes all the Terra Pokemon decks significantly better. Makes decks that play Pidgeot significantly better. Yeah, just a broken 4 of buy for me. Fire Breather as well. I think I'm going to pick up a couple copies. I don't know if it's going to be good just yet, but I think I've seen some Goldengo lists playing Fire Energies and Metal Energies. Kind of a unique take on it, and I think it could be good. Battle Coliseum also very good for Charizard. A lot of decks can play this to deal with the Dragapult deck because now Dragapult has to find the stadium replacement as well on the turn that they're attacking to make a big play. Like Psyduck plus Battle Coliseum just makes your board so resilient to Dragapult, which I think is really good. And I think the Battle Coliseum is very good for that reason. Vertigo Valley, I've been picking up a couple if I choose to pick up Miss Magius pieces. But if I don't choose to pick those up, I'm not going to be picking this up either. So if you pick up the whole Brambleghast Miss Magius package, I think Vertigo Valley is something to pick up with that. But if not, I would wait till they're all super cheap or get them at your local game store. Maybe something for cheap from like your bulk friends or something, because I wouldn't pay a lot of money for any of these cards except for the Dawn. Like, don't spend too much on these cards, guys. Like, this is not a crazy important set. Like, I think you can pay a couple bucks for the Charizard, like 1 or 2 Charizards here. But like, besides that, everything else should be a couple cents. Like, your whole order should be less than like 20 bucks, if that, which is like a meal. So think about it that way. Also, I guess these are included as well. Diancie is super broken. Pick up at least 1 copy that's going to go into your Gardevoir deck almost instantly. This card is super, super good in Gardevoir. And pick up a couple Wonder Patches as well, because I don't know when this card will be good, but I guarantee you this card will be good at some point. And with Gengar, I'm going to pick up a couple of Gengars. Like, I'm going to pick up the whole Gengar line, like maybe like a 3-2-2 line, something like that, or 3-2-3, because this Gengar is at some point going to be very good as an attacker, or even just the ability. And I think having the Grimsley's move in the format makes it really good. None of these other cards are very reasonable, so I think you can pick up everything you need for like 20 bucks. And remember, guys, if you are still here in the video, my links are in the description below. Just click on one of those, buy your cards. It helps out the channel a ton. Thank you guys so much, and peace out.